Next on Be More to Do More podcast.
My gift is so solid. My gift is so good. My gift is so strong. I believe so much in my gift that the devil gonna turn back and be like, God, I'm back in heaven.
I mean,
I think that's what dying empty looks like, right? It's holistically, right? It's physically, it's spiritually, it's, health-wise, right?
Right.
It's all these different, areas of your life you have to be conscious of in order to die empty.
That's true, because you have to be more.
Yeah, to do more.
We talk about dying empty. We're talking about feeling or having to feel that calling of just people they want to do more. My question is, where do they start?
Let's talk about it. When the last time you told somebody keep their head up cause you concerned about them? Stick and move, we can get it done. Call it unity, it ain't no way around it. Cultivating, we get motivation from the big guy. We don't play about them. Going hard for the game, showing love, don't tolerate hate around. Sticking to keeping it real, we never keep up with the scope. Wanna be more than do more than most. Wanna be more than do more than most.
This episode is brought to you by Lucilla's Cleaning Service, where your cleanliness is our business. Now, this company specializes in commercial and residential cleaning. So if you want a free quote, be sure to reach out to their website at www.lucillascleaningservice.com.
What's happening, people? Welcome back to Be More to Do More podcast, where we help you to become the person you need to become to do the things you call to do. Your boy Tone in the building, and
Henry Allen Harton the third.
What?
Don't forget the
What?
3. Are you silly, bud?
Man, I'm on my coffee, son.
We got some runtime now? Is that what it is?
Yeah, man, we got some.
Man, we in the game, man.
We are in the
We're
game,
in the game,
man. We got something legit going on right now.
I got my Fort Valley blue and yellow, blue and gold.
Fort Valley State.
We legit. We legit out here, man.
Yes, sir. What we got, man? What we got?
Got some stuff for you today.
What we got?
Got some stuff. Got some a little controversial.
Let's talk about
a little controversy.
Let's talk about it.
All right. So this is okay. So I be putting Tone on music, he be, So I just not introduced to an artist. He's no artist, but I just showed him this video because I had a really good lyric from this song and that I want to go into, but Tone disagrees with the lyric. So, he disagrees with the messaging in the album. And I can't say in the video. And I can't say I disagree. I would say I agree with his rationale. But
yeah,
True Story by no, this is not Story Time. It's just that's the same name of the song. It's called True Story by MO3.
All right. What you got?
So
what you got?
What you think? What you think about what you think? Well, okay.
What's the go ahead, man.
Do we want to do the lyric? I almost want to just say the lyric.
Go say the lyric.
I'm gonna say the lyric
say
after
the lyric,
we get. No, you want me to say it?
Go ahead and say it.
No, I don't want to say it.
Go ahead and say it, man.
All right.
Go ahead and say it. Go ahead.
So here's the lyric.
Okay.
Lyric. Lyric of the week. The gift that I got is so silent, I make the devil believe. And to me, right?
Go ahead.
That like the gift that I got is so silent, right? So like what God has equipped me with,
right,
and all the things that He's given me, right? Because it's a gift, right? You don't earn necessarily a gift, right? It's somebody gives it to you. You don't work your way to getting a gift, like it's giving, right? So it has, who is it from, right? It's got to be from God, right?
Right.
I make the devil believe, like my gift is so solid, my gift is so good, my gift is so strong. I believe so much in my gift,
right,
that I'm gonna the devil gonna turn back and be like, God, I'm back in heaven.
I mean,
talk to it, man. What you got? What you got?
What you got? Man, I don't know, man.
But before you saw the video, what did you think about the lyric?
So I was a little iffy, right?
Okay.
Because we had two lyrics and I was like, man, bro, gone. So I don't know about,
They both gone.
That so okay.
Yeah,
that's
both
why.
gone.
That's so I was like, okay. Then I thought about it, I was like, dang, well the other one gone too.
Yeah.
So I was like, one was just like a little bit more lighter. Then, but seeing the video,
yeah,
that was like a nail in the coffin.
Literally.
Yeah. And I was like, gosh, man, like okay.
I threw you off, man. Go ahead, man.
No, you didn't throw me off, man, because I'm just trying to gather my thought. Because in one regard, like my sentiments for his family, you know, and
Absolutely.
it's just like he's like. So I was listening to music cleaning up yesterday, and it's funny, man, because I'm so biased. Because Nipsey came on,
Yeah.
and I was riding the Knicks
Right.
victory lap multiple times.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then Lobby came on. You know, and then, you know, I'm hearing Takeoff. You know,
Yeah.
like, dang, MO3 came on. And I turned it.
He turned it. He turned. Which song was it?
It was the one nephew, like
Outside?
Yeah, outside.
You turned outside?
I turned outside.
Oh, man.
I don't know why, man, because the other two, man, when I hear MO3, it just makes me feel. I don't see. Maybe because I'm not familiar with him as an artist, and I was only introduced to him after his death.
Yeah,
fortunately,
me too.
You know, so. But when I heard it, it just made me feel away, and I'm like, man, because hearing the story about how it happened,
Right.
I was like, I just felt like sad, you know, hearing it. I don't know if it was coming from the music,
Right.
but I just felt sad. So when you hit me with the lyric, I was like, but I can't be biased though, because I'm thinking but seeing the video though,
Yeah.
and I'm like, he did have an unwavering belief.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. He said that my gift is so. What did he say?
The gift that I got is so solid, I make the devil believe.
Okay, so two things with that. The devil believe. You know, anytime black people say devil, we feel away.
Right.
But if Satan himself thought that he can replace God, you know what I mean? The supreme, who gift is that great?
Right.
You know what I mean? But I get it. You know, you believe that much. But just the intentionality of the video. You know what I mean? Like, you had to put thought into that. And I just question, like, where did that take his belief? And just hearing parts of the song. So I just feel sad. I don't know, man. So, yeah.
And I heard, and I guess, I don't know, this maybe it might turn into a MO3 episode. I don't know, but here we are. But his manager or somebody named Rainwater,
right?
He said, man, MO3 would go through something,
right,
and then he'll go directly to the studio and talk about it.
Oh,
and like, I don't know, like that for me, right? Like that for me was like, I mean, I don't condone no type of violence, and I don't really like. I mean, I could just, like, I get it. Like, people speaking on their experiences. Like, I understand that.
Right.
But I try to stay away from like drill music, and it's I don't know if that's necessarily quote unquote drill music, but But like, it's just something about Mo3, man. Like, And I guess it comes back to that outside song, right? Like, he says in that song, he says, dang, what does he say?
We go outside.
Yeah, no, but like, how you hear the church in my verses because that's how I'm raised.
Right.
And like, even though like how his environment has kind of made him into this, you know, criminal at the end of the day.
Right.
Like, the way that he was brought up, like, he couldn't, even though he was that's who he was, and that's, that wasn't all he was, but like, he could not, like, you could not deny the fact that this dude had an understanding of like, I don't know if right and wrong is the right word. Like, he had an understanding of it, and like, he was able to speak to somebody that, like, I'm not in the streets, but like, I relate to that song so much, Like, I relate to his music so much, And I just kind of, I may replace it or whatever, but almost like Jeezy, right? Like Jeezy would talk about cocaine and, you know, and all that, but like you could relate it to what you kind of going through, and I give you a perfect example, right?
Pull from it.
Standing Ovation, right? Standing Ovation,
right?
I made a whole like remix of that song, based on football.
Oh,
like one of the first songs I ever like wrote down, like ever, like, you know, whatever. But like, he's talking about in the streets and that whole thing. But like,
Makes sense.
I remixed it. Like he's like, I think he said, something about. I see. Oh, he said cocaine white or something. I was like grassy green. Like you can like, but you just can't deny the fact that the way that Jesus communicates a message,
Right.
is transferable.
I mean, that's true. That's true. And I won't deny that fact at all. Even Takeoff. If you listen to Woke Up This Morning,
I never heard it. My bad. What, is that Hotel Lobby?
No. It was on his album.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, I've been baptized, you know. And he'll say little things.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell that to some degree he was brought up in that. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And my perspective is no way condemning anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that I feel so much for, you know, them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can't necessarily say that it was that caused them to die. We can't. Like we just try so hard to find reasons as to why people leave. Like, oh, they shouldn't have been, like, as death was a punishment. You know? Really, it's condemning flesh. So yeah, it is to flesh, but of course we live on. But anyway,
we live in spirit.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily a punishment, but we make it that. But it's just unfortunate, like how it happened. You know what I mean? And when I hear those things, I guess it pulls me back to these particular stories. You know what I mean? Like I started like how he was running on the expressway, and you know, I started thinking about those things. Like, dang, you know, this man is running. Like I go that deep into it, so it makes me sad. And then to hear it, and I'm like, you know, it just kind of pull those type of emotions from me. So it's not like a condemnation type thing. Yeah. But what we was talking about though? Where were we going with this, man? Where were we going?
It took a little, you know, and I don't know. Like I almost want to just go a different route with this, and because like, I mean, okay, so the three people we mentioned already.
We didn't mention Nipsey, but
we didn't say his name.
Yeah,
but so
Nipsey,
Nipsey's the third, right? And all these artists have left a pretty significant like impact,
right,
on like to where they, you know, you still listen to them today, almost like Tupac, right, like in Biggie, right, like like you can't deny, like, and I guess like when I look at that lyric, right, I think that's the point, right, of the lyric, right. The gift that I got is so solid, I make the devil believe. Right. Like the reality of it is, man, no matter what you got going on or whatever you're going through or whatever, like, even if it's your time to get up out of here, right, the things that you did while you were on this earth, the legacy you left behind, the leadership that you know, whatever, to live on. Like that should continue to live on. Right. 100%. Right. So
I agree. Nip and again, cause I don't too much know about MO3. You know? And he's a talented brother.
Dog, like legit.
Can sing,
legit.
Rap, like even the songs I heard, I'm like, they fire. You know? When I think about Nip and I hear like Victory Lap, you know, and to be honest, to be completely honest, I didn't listen to Nip.
I didn't listen to Nip before. I didn't listen to Nip before Victory Lap because the West Coast, like I just can't get into like the way that they. But Victory Lap changed that for me.
So that album, when that album came out, I did listen to that album because I began to follow Nip based upon his knowledge of the crypto. Yeah,
his business side.
Yeah. So that's how I started following Nip, because he was more business oriented. And I really agreed with what he was doing to our community, or for our community. Right. I was like, yes, you know, rapper, you got it. You know what I mean? And you can tell that he was so solid in his belief in that I couldn't see him wavering. Maybe Lauren, the people who's close to him, but you can tell that this brother was focused and he was going to do what he set forth to do. And you can hear it in his music. Like when Victory Lap came out, you heard it. You know, the first song play, you hear it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when they took that brother away, I was like, dang.
Yeah.
You know, like, dang.
You ever think about, like, you know what? This is what I want this episode to be. This is what I want this episode to be. Because all my leaders, doobies, all my doobies out there, right? Die empty. Right. Your legacy needs to be something that, like, when you pass on, when it's your time to get up out of here,
right?
Like, they should talk about you for decades to come.
Right. That's true.
Maybe even centuries. You know, we'll see. Right. And because when you even think about like all the things, like, and I was thinking about this either earlier today or yesterday. I was like, man, like, and I hate to compare because it's like it's just I don't know, just what we do. We just compare stuff. But like, who do you think had more like left in the tank, or like who could? You just start thinking about like people that you know had untimely demises,
right?
And like think about obviously Nip, right, and all the things that he was doing,
right?
But you even think about Kobe. Yeah. And like all the things, the transition that he was making outside of basketball, like
business-wise,
where he would have been going, and like
business-wise,
and just like, man, if you pass and people don't look at you like, man, I hate that he gone because I know he would have been able to do this, and this,
right?
Or she would have been able to do this, like, right? Then you wasting your life right now.
Yeah, that's true.
If people can't say that about you right now,
right?
Like, you wasting your life, and that's unfortunate.
So. Then you say this? You say some people, I think my brother. Was it you?
I don't know.
Some people die way before they die or something like that?
Maybe I don't know if I don't know if I said it to you.
I think you have.
Okay.
You have.
Okay.
I remember that conversation. You said most people die at what, 25?
25, yep.
Something like that,
yep,
before they die.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's the thing, man. Like, speaking of Kobe, man, like, I remember when he made that investment in body armor.
Uh-huh. And
I was like, oh, snap, he got him a water. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I wasn't even buying Gatorade. I was buying that because I wanted to see that succeed. Then he passed away.
Right.
But I think his stake in the company went up, like, because I think they sold it or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It went up dramatically, man.
Wow.
Like, drastically, man. Like, yeah, I think he bought it for like a couple M's and they sold it for a few more M's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I think he got like crazy stake in that, man. But that's the whole point, man. In 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, one of the advice they say is write your eulogy. Write your eulogy. And I mean, it's unfortunate, but everybody have a timestamp, you know. But the thing is, what are you doing today?
Right.
That would, I don't want to say add to your legacy because it sounds so like
vain.
Yeah. Your legacy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
a little narcissistic.
Right.
It's a narcissistic podcast. Just, you know. We're gonna be more to do more.
We are narcissists.
No.
But who are you helping, or what memory will you leave in somebody's heart? And they're like, man, my life has became this because they did that. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what's funny, I thought about that the day before yesterday. I mean, I don't think about dying.
I always think about dying.
I don't think about dying.
I always think about
I can't put that energy out there, man.
Like, I'm not saying, because you're going to die eventually.
Yeah, but I'm scared. I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Because I still feel like I'm not doing enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing enough. And I know I'm not. That's why I was talking about purpose, because I'm not living out my fullest potential. And, you know, your fullest potential reach way beyond you.
Yeah.
It's bigger than wealth. It's bigger than your family. You know what I mean? It's big. It's something that would impact communities and eventually, you know, the country, eventually the world. To me.
Right.
To me, you know.
Right.
Like, who's going to pick up, like, my book 10 years, you know, after I die, and, you know, just, you know, stuff like that, man. Like, I just know I haven't lived to my fullest potential. So if that thought do come to mind, you know, I'm a little shaken.
Yeah.
You know, but
that's good to me, right? That's good that you feel that way, right? Because that fear, in a way, like, you know, that's going to drive you to continue to do more.
Oh yeah,
of
course.
You know, it's calling you to be more, so you can do more.
right.
Like that's
right.
that's what this podcast is about, right? It's
Right,
like it's to help people do the things that they're called to do, right? Or be the person they're called to be, to do things they're called to do, right?
Right.
Because like there's a lot of people right now that they feel like they should be doing something,
Yeah,
you know, more.
definitely.
They feel like, but you are though,
Yeah.
like. You like you're acting it out right now, like literally right now. So it's like I get it, you know you feel that way, but like the reality of it is you're on the path, and you can. And again, it's like, and that's I had a conversation with somebody and it was talking about you know, what do you like? I asked them, I was like, okay, what you want,
Right.
and you know. They told me blah, blah, whatever, right? I was like, okay, well, what are you willing to give up?
Oh.
Because I used to think that I wanted to be a billionaire
Right.
at one point in time, right? I want $1 billion. Like,
Right.
I don't really want to, I don't really want to, you know, I don't want to be away from my kids like months at a time.
Right.
To go make some money. Like, for what? Like,
Right.
Like, no, like, so you got to be able to understand like what a sacrifice comes from, or what, like, even though you want to do more and you know you're not where you want to be at,
Right.
you have an amazing relationship with your son.
Right.
Like, y'all be going on walks, listening to jazz, like,
Hey, but we still reaching billionaire status, man.
yeah, you know, maybe, but I know, but I know what I'm willing to give up to get to that, and,
Right.
if that means like,
You gonna sell your soul?
yeah, you know, you know,
Illuminati.
you know,
I'm
but
just
like,
kidding,
but like that's like it's I'm not like, but because I think, now, I'm glad you brought it up, right? Selling your soul, right? Because we talking about, you know, death a little bit, and the
He
whole
said
thing,
death
right?
a little bit. A little bit of death.
You know, people look at it, selling your soul like you in this dark room and
room
you,
full of people.
yeah, like you chanting, you know, denouncing, you know, your whatever, right? But the reality of it, selling your soul is just doing something that doesn't line in with the values that you believe.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, that's what that is. Like, it's like you gotta stay true to who you are and what your core values are.
Right.
And if you're not, right, if you go to a party and, you know, everybody's drinking and smoking,
right,
and you don't drink or smoke, but because everybody else is doing it, right? You know, and you don't want to be labeled, hey, this is Henry, he don't drink.
Kurt.
Shout out to Kurt. But like, you could, in that moment, you take that sip, you take that puff or whatever it is.
Frankly, man,
you become, like you sold your soul.
Right.
In that moment, you sold what you core believe, what you know, and that's unfortunate.
That's true. I believe that you can hit $1 billion.
Okay.
I say there's two ways.
Okay.
You can sell your soul.
That's crazy. That's crazy. What said option number one, sell your soul. You can hit $1 billion if you sell your soul. Your soul is worth $1 billion. So for all you guys that want to make $1 billion out
or
there,
$1 trillion,
just go ahead and sell it.
Or you can connect to the source.
What do I need to sell it at? Do I sell it on the black market? Do I go to Walmart and sell it? Where do I go?
You can sell your soul.
Go to eBay or Amazon? Where do I sell my soul at?
Hey, that came out mad crazy. But I wasn't intentionally saying it like that, but it came out mad crazy.
That's
but
funny.
you can sell your soul.
Okay.
Or connect to the source. Solomon was, I think, by definition, a trillionaire.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? But he didn't sell, well,
Was that before or after you?
Nah, he became a trillionaire,
Before that?
Yeah,
Okay.
but he fell off though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But again, because God has given him the ability to get well.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So he fell off.
Does that scare you though? Like,
What's that?
that's what scares me.
What's that?
It's like not necessarily dying empty, but like
Falling
having
off?
it all
And falling off?
and then like being like, or not even falling off in the terms of like financially, but falling off in my values. Like, that's what scares me, is getting all the things that I want to get and then losing track of who I am. And like, yeah.
That's what I said the last pod, like about fear and success.
Mm-hmm.
And remember I say that, so this is why I believe that you can become wealthy and not sell your soul.
Mm-hmm.
Connect to the source.
Okay.
But there is going to be a major test. Like if you get to the pinnacles of if you are going to take the credit for yourself and become God,
Mm-hmm.
or are you going to give glory back to God?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In Solomon's case, he disobeyed. He started messing with these women he
Mm-hmm.
wasn't supposed to mess with.
Yeah.
You know, and think about it.
It's easy to do, man.
But he had wives. But think about it though. He had wives and concubines, but he still messed with women.
What's the three? What's the three? Lust of the eye, pride of life.
Yeah, and lust of. But I think that was. I don't even think that was lust of the flesh, bro.
No.
I think that was. Hold on, lust of the eye. I think that was lust of the eye.
Mm.
He already had wives and concubines,
Right.
but he was told not to mess with women, these type of women, or whatever he did anyway. That's lust of the eye, man.
Yeah, you always want something that you ain't got, huh?
Greedy. That's being greedy. You know how you eat more than you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it looks good.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. But
Remember them July 4th ribs?
bruh, I broke my whole diet plan, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, bruh. I really indulged in lust
You
of the
back
eye.
on track now? Shoot. Shoot.
No, I told myself that I was gonna get back on track Monday.
Yeah.
So after the 4th.
But I think that's what dying empty looks like, right? Is like it's holistically, right?
Right.
It's physically, it's spiritually, it's
Yeah.
at work,
Right.
It's health wise, right?
Right.
It's all of these different areas of your life, right? You have to be able to execute in, and
Right.
that's why we got this journal that's coming out,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's gonna help people, live a more whole life, and help them do the things that they're called to do. Because
Right.
you have to be conscious of all those items in order to die empty.
That's true. Because you have to be more.
Yeah, to do more. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
So yeah, I believe that you can connect to the source. And when we say abundance, I mean abundance in every area of your life. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
But to get off that tangent, man, we talk about dying empty. We're talking about, or feeling or having to feel that calling of, or just people they want to do more.
Mm.
My question is, where do they start?
Mm. Be More to Do More has a journal that you can purchase very, very soon. That's where you can start. Now, and outside of that though, outside of the journal, I think I want to say like get in the word and like read the word,
Right.
but I don't know how tangible that is.
Tangible.
Like, cause like, okay, so Pastor Brown, he'll say this. He'll be like, when he was coming up,
You know I was going there.
it's gonna be one of our drops, man. It's gonna be one of our drops. But but yeah, when he was growing up, and he would ask, or he would hear the preacher preach, and he'll be like, go to the Bible, like read, it's in the Bible. The Bible says, that's what he said. The Bible says.
Right.
He was like, where it in the Bible? Like the Bible is this big book. Like where do I start?
Right.
And I think, and this is something he told me, and I do, and it. If you read Proverbs,
See, that's an example though.
yeah,
Because all those Solomon,
Yeah.
we have Proverbs,
Yeah.
Ecclesiastes, and all that. Go ahead.
I don't know about Ecclesiastes. I ain't really read Ecclesiastes like that, but Proverbs, right? So whatever day of the day. So let's say if the day is the, 17th.
Right.
Well, you want to read the 17th chapter of Proverbs, and there's so much game
Oh man, Proverbs.
in Proverbs.
Yes.
Right. But I think even before you do that, I think that you have to also, you got to. I don't know. I'm gonna say it this way, but maybe you don't have to do it this way. But I'm gonna say it this way.
Right.
So I say sit down, right, by yourself. Maybe you're in the closet. Maybe you're in your living room. Just no distractions. I would even say like a dark room, like just sit in the dark, and just like start to ask God to reveal, to you on what you can, how you can become a better leader.
Right.
How can you
Right.
become a better, either if you are married, spouse, right? If you're not married,
Right.
how do I, if you want to be married, right? How do I become the person, or who do I need to become to attract, the spouse that's for me?
Right.
I think it's you sit down and you start to just talk to God, or just talk. You may not even understand who God is at this point,
Right.
But just talk and get it out on what's coming through your mind on what you want.
Okay.
So I think that's just a good start.
I got another question. Well, it's not really a question.
I'm a thought leader right here, just so you know.
I'm gonna go ahead and clip that up, man. We're gonna run that up. We're gonna run that up, man. So, yeah, we can pray
Yeah.
and ask God, because I do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always God always bring me to this place. It's a dark place where I'm praying, and it may take a couple of days before He answer, and it shows up differently in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something that has to take place in order for you to take that next step.
Okay.
It's even something that has to take place before you go to God.
Mm.
You know what that may be?
Nope. So that makes me hit me with nope. Sorry, go ahead.
It's our initial title for what this podcast was supposed to be.
What was that?
Unwavering.
Oh, yeah.
Belief.
Yeah.
I want to talk about belief,
Okay.
because you can feel like you're called to do something great, but it can just stop there.
Mm-hmm.
You said something last time, and we had a little debate.
Okay.
We talked about, you said, why do most people, when they get an idea, why do most people don't act?
Okay.
Then you said because they have doubt.
Right.
That part I do agree.
Okay.
Most people have doubt,
Mm-hmm.
and most people won't act on belief.
Okay.
Most people will act on doubt.
Yeah.
So if they feel like they're called to do something great, then there's something in them telling them, it ain't gonna work. It's this, you know what I mean? It ain't gonna work because, you're just not that good at it. Of course, we'll never be, unless we're talented, or, there's certain things that we are created to do, but we aren't going to be like super professional starting something out.
Yeah.
But that's not a reason to not believe,
Right.
and to take that step out on faith.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, we can pray. And I think that's where most people get fed up with Christians, because they be like, Christians, we always say, well, hey, just pray about it. It's like that one pill a day type of, hey, I got diarrhea. Hey, just pray about it.
Just pray about it.
Yeah, take this tablet. It'll go away. Just pray about it. It'll go away. But there is something that comes with prayer, and that's belief.
Mm-hmm.
That's a scripture, man. It's right there, but I totally forgot it, and I ain't trying to wreck it. So I'm going to just pull it up soon. But yes, we can go to scripture. If we don't understand it there, then we can go to our prayer closet.
Mm-hmm.
But belief require us to look. If you're asking a question to God or asking for something, then every day you have to be intentionally looking for what you're asking.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're praying and you're not being intentional
Right.
with looking for what you're asking God for, it's not going to show up.
Right.
I want to say that scripture so bad, but I don't want to wreck it. But anyway,
Man, wreck it, man.
I ain't gonna wreck it. I ain't gonna wreck it.
Take it out of context.
But
Mess everybody
man.
life up.
Nah, man, I ain't trying to take people down the wrong path, man. But you know,
you could paraphrase it, I guess, huh?
yeah. But pretty much, what does scripture say, man? If anyone asks, let them ask in faith, and God will give them the answer, unbraided not, or something like that.
I don't know what that means,
But it says, man, I'm gonna have to look it up,
unbraided
man.
not. What is it?
Unbraided not,
Unbraided not.
meaning not in knots, meaning he'll get it to you straight.
Oh,
You know what I
okay,
mean?
okay. Well, you got to get it to me plain, man. You got
Yeah,
to do it
see,
straight.
that's why I wanted to pull it up.
I
It say
paraphrase.
upbraided and not. Yeah, there you go. I just need to look for that one word. Anyway, man, we'll find it. And that wasn't even the scripture of the day that I have for them.
No, it's not.
Nah, that was definitely not. I was going to talk about doubt, but you if God is calling you to do something more, if God is calling you to do something great, even if it's business or whatever, if you had this idea and it's just sticking with you, and it's been with you for a minute now, and you just been putting it off because it ain't the time yet, or I ain't got no money yet, or you coming up with all these excuses, but it's still there. It's really time for you to act on it. And before you act, go to God in prayer, ask Him for wisdom, seek out wisdom, and He'll give it to you. But you got to go in faith, meaning you got to go into that prayer closet with a disposition of believing that He will respond and give you an answer.
So how do they build that though? Because there's a reason why they haven't acted on it yet, right? So how do you build? How do you know that the gift that you got is so solid that you can make the devil believe?
Can't make the devil believe, man. That's impossible. If God couldn't make it, no.
But I'm saying though, that's the belief that they need to have though to turn into a reality.
I think there's a difference between belief and faith. I think belief is short term.
Okay.
But belief adds to your faith.
Okay.
So if you're just starting out in your faith and you're asking God for something, if it don't come right away, then the belief or the faith is that I must maintain and be consistent in looking for the answer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can pray about something today and forget about it tomorrow.
Right.
And just be like, it ain't gonna happen. You know what I mean? But I'm not constantly seeking the truth or seeking the answer.
So I guess like belief is like knowing something, and then I guess faith is like acting it out maybe.
Man, let's look it up, man. See, you got me wanting to look up all these scriptures and all. Like, we're going to have a Bible study, man.
Because in my head, this is how I see it. Like, I try to use examples because, like, things be so wild, or widespread.
Right. Can you hold that thought? If any man lack wisdom, let him ask of God. They give it to all men liberally and not upbraided not. And it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea driven with the wind and tossed.
Now that leads into my example.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I was going to say something about water. So like the belief is that I can swim. The faith is going out there and swimming in the big ocean. Because there's nothing that's going to save you. You gotta continuously have that to keep you afloat, to be able to tread water or whatever it is. Or is that like a terrible example?
Belief is I can swim. And the belief, see, now we get into specifics.
Okay.
The belief is I can swim. And because I can swim, what does it take to swim in the ocean? My belief is going to take me to learn how to swim in an ocean. Because I know by faith, now this is where faith come in. In the beginning, I didn't know how to swim. But now I learned how to swim. I can swim.
Right.
I know I can swim in the ocean. But I need to learn how to swim in the ocean. I'm not going to not swim in the ocean because my belief took me this far in swimming in the pool. I know it can take me in swimming in the ocean. You see what I'm saying? Like, belief is like, it's like interest.
Okay.
Compound interest.
Yeah.
Let's talk money.
Let's talk money.
It's like compound interest, belief it builds on each other. And that's faith.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Because faith is long term. So the more I ask God and believe, and I take that step out, He showed me, He's with me. Oh, He can do that. I know I can do this.
Right.
Lord, what's next? And He showed me, I can do that too. Oh man, so you just keep going. Next thing you know, you're not swimming on water, you're walking on water.
Bars. Oh man, this dude right here.
Wait.
You know, mess your whole little thing up over there. Huh?
I hit that button on mistake, by the way. Anyway, so yeah. That's what that is. Did that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay.
So, okay.
Because, so here's the thing.
All right.
Myron Golden says this too. I'm gonna give credit to Myron Golden, and no, I'm not stealing his content. You know, this is stuff that I read too. Because you got to understand, me and Myron Golden, we read. So he get his information from the Strongs. He actually looks up words too. So we actually look up what the Bible actually.
Myron, go ahead and come on the podcast,
Man,
Myron. Stop
you know
playing,
what I'm
man. Just go ahead and come on, man.
You're gonna charge us.
He's gonna charge you.
But
No.
doubt and belief is the same thing.
Yeah. Hold on. Doubt and belief is the same thing. Or it comes from the same.
It comes from the same source. However you want to put it.
Okay. All right.
It's just that it's like, okay, what do you want to believe? You want to believe you can't do it? That's doubt.
Yeah.
You want to believe you can? Well, go do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because doubt actually means, in the Greek, it means disobedient.
Dang, so you being disobedient when you don't do something.
When you doubt.
When you doubt yourself.
Because if God's saying you can and you choose not to, you're being disobedient.
Yeah.
And y'all sitting there talking about people shacking. Y'all being disobedient. Come on, man. Come on, man. What are you doing in your life?
Right. felt a little personal there.
Nah, man. I'm just saying, man, because it's a lot of Christians out there who look at the basic sins.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But they're being disobedient to God in their own personal lives.
I wonder is that why God said? I wonder if is that why God say like don't like every sin is weighed the same? Because if you didn't weigh every sin the same, then you could start to like justify the things that you find important, or that or start the things that you don't find important, like you think you just it's just.
I can't say that he said that every sin is weighed the same or not, because I didn't see that in Scripture. Now I heard people say that, and I even heard a pastor say that sins are not weighed the same. So I can't really attest to it.
Well, not every sin is not weighed the same. 'Cause I think it's like a couple of them that do, like blasphemy, for example.
Yeah.
Is a little different.
But see, that's the thing about, and this what gets on my nerves about people, man, because we judge, and I'm people too.
I definitely judge.
Just so y'all know,
Good and bad.
I'm people too, but people because of our experience, our background, and environment we're raised in, we have certain biases. We're partial.
Yeah.
But God said, I'm not a perspective person. I mean, He's impartial. That's why He's the supreme judge, because we judge according to our partiality.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. You know what I mean? So that's why that's why we need Jesus Christ. You know, because He covered multitudes of sin. So I'm telling you, you shouldn't be doing this, but I'm executing about 10 other.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's like the justice system when you think about it, right? Think about the justice system.
Right.
Think about this.
Right.
It's the same drug use.
Right.
Or drug sales.
Right.
If you have cocaine, you're going to get a lot more time than if you had...
It's the reverse.
Opioid.
Oh, I don't know. I thought you were talking about crack and cocaine.
Right. That too, right?
Yeah.
That's probably even better, more cultural example, right?
Yeah.
Crack. If you have crack on you versus cocaine on you, your crack is gonna weigh a lot more,
right?
In terms of the penalty for having it,
right.
And I wonder, I wonder, like, man, I wonder if God be seeing stuff like, he'd be like,
yeah, because you make more money on
y'all
crack.
better pay attention. Hush. But I wonder if that's what he see though. Like, do he see like he put this in play to show us if we didn't have it this way, this is what it'll look like. This is the unfairness that it would be, because we all know black and brown people get locked up longer than or whatever. Then like, and that would be the impartialness, or if we was impartial or whatever. But that would be the effect that it has on everybody.
I believe so, man. Like if you think about it from that perspective, like if you know that God is impartial, then you know that, I can't stand when people say, don't play with God's people. You know what I mean? Like, you know, because somebody made you mad, you feel like God gonna strike them down.
Yeah.
You know, no, that's not how it works. You know,
well, I think that came from Old Testament though.
Yeah, it definitely did.
Because like, let my people go, right? I don't know if he actually said that, but
yeah, Moses and all. Yeah.
But
let my people go.
I think that's where it comes from. Is an old
and misunderstanding. Yeah. So
because everybody's got peoples now, you know? That's wrong. That's incorrect.
Man, I don't know, man. But that's another tangent.
All right.
Everybody's God's people.
I mean, that's what, like, everybody can be saved. Everybody, you know.
Yeah, they can. Yeah.
You know, so
God
it's like,
so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. That means everybody got the opportunity.
What about terrestrials? Extraterrestrials? What about E.T.?
Man, I don't know. They might. He said the world. He didn't say other planets.
Is that...
God so loved the world that he gave.
I'm gonna stop.
But anyway, man.
Sorry.
So if you look at, if you look at his impartial and why the reason why he allowed things to happen, then you start to see like, okay, so like in our black community, we know that there's a lot of partiality when it comes to the justice system and all that, right? Mm-hmm. And they be like, yo, fix the system. I was like, it's already fixed.
It's already fixed.
But it's fixed against
right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And I say it's our responsibility to...
America's a business, man.
Yeah.
It's a business.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's part of the game, man.
That's what I'm saying.
They get out the way.
That's what I'm saying.
They get out the way.
But us as people, we bickering against each other.
Right.
You know,
right.
because of our biased perspective.
Right.
But if we understand God impartial, then we will understand that your bias with my bias, if we can come together, you know what I mean, then we can serve multi things, or we can serve multi, what's the word?
But coming together is the same thing as I can make the devil believe. It's like,
how's the same thing?
Because think about it, right? Like, why would all right, if I got this country the way that I want this country, right?
Talking about Satan?
Yeah, whatever. Like, I mean, you can call it Satan, you can call it the powers that be or whatever. Like, the why would I change? Why would I inconvenience myself? And because the country is working for me as like, and
I see where you go. Go ahead.
And I hate to say this because I really don't know.
Right.
I really don't know.
Right.
But I'm gonna say this is a generality.
Okay.
But like the J.P. Morgans of the world, the Rockefellers, the Carnegies, like all of these people, these founding fathers,
Illuminati.
You know,
that was just Let me
of America.
They gonna think of conspiracy.
Well, because I don't think it's like I think it's more so like. And again, not saying those people specifically, but I'm just saying people that
are not
are so focused on winning in the world, versus winning after this world. Like those people will never be on the same page. It's like, again, trying to make the devil believe. Like, why would I want to make it equal for you when it's working for me and my generations? Like, I'm the 5th generation down, and we've been billionaires for 5 generations, and it's we have all these trusts and things and put in place that we're going to continue to succeed.
Right.
I'm not finna change the rules for you.
No, I get it. So let me be specific. I'm talking to the body of Christ.
Okay.
Politics, right? You have Republicans, Democrats. You have this in the church. Like, it's crazy, bro.
You have Republicans and Democrats in the church?
In the church,
What
bro.
you mean, like a version of Republicans? Or are you saying you have Republicans in the church and then you have Democrats in the church?
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah,
okay, gotcha.
And they're bringing the matters of the world into the church. Like, they're bringing their views and as to how it's... they're pretty much bringing segregation. What we're called to be the body of Christ.
Oh, instead of going off what the words say.
Right. Yeah, because the word unify us based upon God.
Does it? Because the word can be misinterpreted, and it can definitely divide.
If you're biased. If you're biased.
Okay.
God is no respect of person.
Okay.
Meaning he's impartial.
So, okay, question for you then.
Uh-huh.
Dang, I don't know if I really want to go into this, but we here now. But
We here.
Do you listen to this is part of the divide.
Okay.
This is my opinion, right? Do you listen to New Testament or Old Testament?
Both of them.
Okay. Do you listen to all of it or some of it?
All of it.
Do you really?
I do. Why wouldn't I?
So, all right. So, why do we eat pork?
Why do we eat pork?
Yeah.
Well,
Because it says that the pig is an unclean animal, right?
well, so in that regard, then you can't take the Bible as a whole. You could just cut out the New Testament.
You can cut out the New Testament.
Yeah, you said
So you got to use both.
God said nothing I made is unclean. He told Peter that.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want
I don't know. I'm just saying that I just know that's one of the arguments that.
That's a test. That's a test.
So how do you? But that's what I'm saying. But how do you get past the biases though?
See, that's a testimony to people's bias. Because people bias, they want to believe a certain thing versus taking the whole. And here's the thing, because I'm biased, you're biased. There's a hard truth that's gonna break that we don't want to believe.
Okay.
But it's just what it is, the truth. That's why God, because he's the truth. Think about the truth. There's going to be some hard truth that's going to be broken to us, that's going to constantly break our biased opinions or biased views. And that's going to, I ain't going to say force us, but give us a perspective to come together as a body. You know what I mean?
Kinda.
So
I get what you mean, but it's like the application of it is.
yeah.
How does that look?
Man, that's just like me saying, because you hear a lot of, well, we need to come together and fight this, and I'm like, oh, is that simple?
Yeah, that's simple.
We talking about people who are, biased and grew up, a certain way, and 50, 60 years old and 30 years and just hard to break, just like we talk about. I hear people say, black people, we need to put all our money together. I'm like, man, we need to get over some of these internal issues that we've been dealing with since slavery first, before we can even come together. You know what I mean?
But that's what about like dying empty, right? It's exactly that. It's
right.
Getting over your internal issues that you've been programmed, you've been whatever.
Right.
Like I was listening to a podcast the other day. He was talking about like, and I can equate it to my kids too, right? Like I have a 5-year-old that is swimming, and my wife, she is learning how to swim,
right?
But like, why? Like, I just remember like when we first started this journey,
right?
Or actually before our kids started learning how to swim, I used to try to teach her how to swim. It just wasn't working. Yeah. Because of her the way that, they just didn't, whatever, right?
She didn't believe in you, man.
It is what it is,
I'm sorry to
But like, now that my kids are swimming and like she's starting to see it in them, she's able to swim a little bit better.
Oh.
Like you see her, like she
fine with it now.
She can go now.
She beat me, bro.
She can go now, But like, why did it take her 30 plus years to do that though? To be able to swim.
That was a necessity though, and where they come from.
Yeah, true enough. But I'm just saying though.
Majority of her family don't swim.
But like
my wife don't swim.
But it was a point where like she wouldn't even really like get in the water like that,
It wasn't a necessity in Guyana.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, from what I'm seeing, because we're saying, and not to put nobody else's business out there, they don't swim. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was thrown in the pool, bro. Right. So it was like sink or swim, my boy.
Right.
So it just wasn't
It ain't a necessity for us to swim though, because we don't live in no beaches,
But we had pools though. Like
no, we didn't have no pools. We went to we went to the beach a lot.
Okay, so
But-
you never been to no summer camp?
No.
Oh, I was the only one that been to summer camp. And we go swimming.
Yeah, nah.
So you,
Now we used to go to the Y,
yeah,
but you didn't. Again, that was a necessity. You had to go to the pool at the Y though.
Okay, when I say necessity, I mean, okay, let me say this. It was an option made available.
Okay.
You know, I'm not saying that they didn't have pools in Guyana.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, because I ain't been to Guyana. But
Is that your way of trying to tell your wife to take you to Guyana?
yeah, they slipping, man.
You know what I'm
I've been
saying?
asking for a long
You know,
time.
what, like 5-6 years now.
5-6 years, bro. I should have been since 2019.
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
But anyway, man, that's another topic. That's another tangent, man. But yeah, I'm assuming because if you look at their family dynamics, I think Mr. T can swim because he been here for like 35 plus years.
So have they? Not 35,
No.
but like 20.
Yeah, you got
Been a couple decades.
well, you got a point.
You know?
I got a point.
But at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, this is getting way left. But
We talking about dying empty
dying empty, right? And
belief.
I'm gonna end it on. We got this first time doing 2 lyrics of the week.
We did. Oh, okay.
We did.
What's the other lyric?
The other lyric is, "Can't even see the stars, but you still wish."
Nope. That's
By
Nip,
Nipsey
right?
Hussle.
That's Nip, right?
That's Nip.
Okay.
And even though you don't know how you're gonna get out of your personal biases. You don't know how it's gonna work out for you in your favor. That belief,
Belief.
at the end of the day, like still pursue it, still go after it. Just make a decision to or even ask God, like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I need your help.
Right. What's
And he
the
will.
first-
And my belief is that He'll put somebody in your life to help you get there.
I truly believe that too, bro. It's all belief.
Yeah. Or you can buy a journal.
You can do that too, but if you ain't got no belief, it ain't gonna do nothing for you.
Yeah, that's real though. That's real. So
Or sell your soul. It's much easier.
say yourself.
Man, let me stop. I'm gonna stop.
this
Because
dude.
people online take you serious these days.
Yeah, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. I care less.
Cool, but we good. You good?
I'm good, man.
All right, well, y'all be sure to like, subscribe, share this information, man. Hit the bell.
Hit the bell.
Hit that bell, man. And y'all be sure to download, comment, man. Talk to us. What are y'all thoughts? What are y'all opinions? We ain't just here wasting our breath for an hour for nothing, man. Y'all talk to us too. All right? Cool. We good?
Last time you told somebody, keep the head up, cause you concerned about them. Stick and move, we can get it done. Call it unity, it ain't no way around it. Cultivating, we get motivation from the big guy, we don't play about them. Going hard for the game, showing love, bones, tolerate.